Hey guys, Des here. This video is for anyone who suffers from any upper back soreness, soreness in their traps or even into their neck. Now, instead of going after the source or the symptom of the pain, let's give you 4 potential areas that could be the root cause as to why you're constantly in pain in this upper back area. Now, most people who do suffer from that upper back area most likely have what's called a kyphotic position, where they're rounded in their shoulders and their head is falling forward. If that is you, let's think about this. If your front fascial tissue is tight or pulling you down to the ground, it's going to be basically, as exactly what my t-shirt is doing, pulling me downwards into that position and then forwards, meaning that the back tissues are going to be long and weak. They're holding on for dear life. So let's give you 4 areas that could be a potential root cause of the pain. We're going to start with the PEC Minor. Now, is the PEC Minor responsible for actually compressing the ribs and taking us into a kyphotic position? Not really, but it will internally rotate that shoulder, adding to a lot more of that lengthening through here and pain through there. So lacrosse ball, you can use a tennis ball, but it's definitely worth getting something a little bit harder. You can start just by placing the ball onto your chest and just doing your own little bit of discovery, first of all, just by moving it around. You will find in most cases that somewhere in that PEC Minor closer to the shoulder will be quite tender just by pressing the ball on with your other hand. What we do want to get to is come up to something quite solid like a door frame or a pole that I've got here, for example, and just apply a little bit more pressure in there, and you'll notice how painful that can be. Now, that's one technique, is just sitting on there, working on deep breathing to try and feel everything move underneath it. That's one way of hydrating the tissues, because don't forget, fascial release is all about hydration of the tissues. The other option is by once we've got that spot, we can try to move the arm gently in a backstroke type motion and even turn the head away just to get lots of pulling and opening of the tissues underneath the ball and then through a longer range. So give that one a try. Obviously do both sides. You might notice that one side will be tighter than the other. If you're lucky, you might hit a trigger spot which almost triggers the pain that you get as well. If that's you, that's just a bonus. You're starting to really uncover a bit more of the root causes for that pain that you are suffering from. So PEC Minor will be the first one, or just pecs in general. The second one is your upper abdominal area. A lot of people who are rounded in their shoulders or kyphotic will have very tight upper abdominal areas, tight even into their diaphragm as well. These people usually are either stuck at that desk the whole time, so the tissues are literally calcified and become very dehydrated through there, or it's someone who does a lot of training, still does a lot of sit-ups and crunches where they're just continually just working these fibers up here, creating more and more poor posture. So you can use 2 balls with this one. We're going to try and break in, same deal. You can start just by doing a bit of self-discovery just manually with the other hand, or you can lay on the ground. It's probably the best to lay on the ground with this, but let's just pretend I'm laying on the ground. I've got balls in my upper abdominal area. I'm going to breathe into it to see if I can get some movement internally first of all, and then I'm going to try and then open up and feel like I'm stretching my abdominals at the same time. So that's number 2. The upper abdominals. Number 3, this is, you're going to hit a couple of things here, which is a bit of a bonus, but the serratus anterior and also into your lats, all this is definitely a cause of kyphotic positions, internally rotated shoulders, you name it. So you can either use a wall, and we're just going to come up, and just this one is quite no-brainer for a lot of people. They'll just get right in there and straight away there's some pain. You can do this standing or laying. It's up to you. We just want to get in and see if we can break open some of those adhesions, dehydrated tissue in there, and you're going to find just by moving around a little bit in there, there will be a lot of restrictions in there too. So how long do we want to do this for? 2 to 3 minutes. You can go longer if you want to. If you feel like you need more of a release, go for it. That's what it's all about. The last one will be big neck muscle through here, sterno SCM. This one here will be for more if that head is falling forward. So if you're at the desk and you're looking like this, or text neck, that one is going to cause a lot of pain in that neck, and start to radiate a little bit of headache type pain as well. So you can either just with a ball, just gently, it runs basically from the bottom of that clavicle right there, up into near just the base of the jaw. They're just rough points, by the way. And you will know that as soon as you start to roll over it, you'll be like, there it is. That's pretty painful. So be gentle with this one. Same deal, nice, gentle moves up and down through there. So they run both ways. All right, make sure you get both. Again, you might hit one spot that might trigger something. You're onto something if that is you. The other option too is you can use a Theracane. Theracane's a great way of just getting into a spot and breathing into it as well. So Theracanes, they're super cheap now. Just jump on eBay and grab one. Now, once you've done that, there's just 4 potential ones. You then can go in and start working the back where the symptom is, a bit of symptom release. You can use a Theracane and you can just get in there and start to break open the tissues through the traps. You can go in between the shoulder blades. That's a great thing about the Theracane. The other option is you can just use the lacrosse ball and come up to a wall, find a spot in between, I guess, the spine and the shoulder blade. And what I do is reach out with my right arm, the ball's on the right side of my body. I'm gonna pull it across, and then I'm just gonna work all around that area. And by pulling the arm across, it's just pulling that shoulder blade out to give me some space to get in there and attack some of those dehydrated tissues that are in there. And that's a little bit more of the symptom release. So 4 ones you can try. It may or may not help, but I guarantee it will definitely help if you are someone who's stuck in this position here, who does suffer from a lot of upper back soreness, headachy type feelings. It all comes back to the posture. Posture is so important. If that is, the shoulders are sitting better, the ribs are open, you will not have pain. If you do, it's because we've got something else going on. Give them a try. Feel free to share this with anyone who suffers from this a lot. And remember, fascial tissue does become dehydrated for a lot of different reasons. The idea of fascial release is to hydrate the tissues. So get in there, hydrate the tissues, then get it moving. Keep moving as much as you can. You're gonna have more of a longer lasting result. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. We'll attack another area and see if we can uncover some potential root causes of pain or dysfunction that you might have. Look forward to seeing you guys then.